Good evening. This is CTV News for Friday, May 8th. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Byron Scott. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Well, the Justice Department is launching a full investigation of the Baltimore City Police Department. The decision comes on the heels of a joint letter sent by 5 of Maryland's leaders to Attorney General Loretta Lynch, urging the probe. 6 officers on the force face several charges in the death of Freddie Gray, who died while in police custody. Meanwhile, businesses damaged during the riots that took place in Baltimore last month may qualify for tax relief. The state grants a deduction to those with real property that has been partially or fully destroyed. Individual owners should contact the Department of Assessment and Taxation to determine if they meet the requirements.
And a new tool will help nurses be better prepared to take on real-life trauma situations. It was unveiled today at Prince George's Community College, and as Denise Douglas explains, the school is only the second institution of its kind in the state to have this resource.
We will defibrillate. Shock.
A patient is rushed into a trauma unit with a severed leg and begins going into cardiac arrest.
This is an unstable rhythm. So while we are getting the charger charged up,
it's all make-believe, but could one day be a very real situation facing nursing and other healthcare students here at Prince George's Community College.
Which is putting the tube down into his trachea.
This will help them in trauma situations. This will ensure, and I understand that this particular piece of technology is only in one other institution in the state, Johns Hopkins. So Prince George's Community College is in very, very good company. But they have the latest state-of-the-art equipment to train their students in trauma situations.
This new high-tech mannequin makes just about every type of scenario possible and gives students hands-on practice with a patient who, get this, breathes, might sweat, bleeds, vomits, talks back, and even makes sounds like this.
This is going to help our nursing and our allied health students improve their trauma management skills. So they will be able to run simulations like they would encounter in the hospital here in the lab before they actually get to the hospital and work with real patients.
Up until now, the training has been primarily used in the military and for emergency medical personnel. It will help students here be better prepared for the workforce.
By providing better qualified individuals to enter the workforce, patients in the hospitals will have better care. We are gearing up for the new regional medical center, which will, I understand, be a level 2 trauma center.
As for the patient, after a few shock treatments, he survives. One of many lessons that could one day help a student save a real life. Denise Douglas, CTV News.
And the Care First Fund helped fund the project by contributing $122,000 to the college. Well, a boy who was stabbed with a scalpel last week spends his birthday with the people who saved his life. Latif Majid is in Capitol Heights with the story.
Happy birthday to you.
It was a birthday that he almost didn't see.
Emergency. Yes, I'm at Addison Plaza in front of the Popeyes food store. I have how old is he? He's 7 years old. He's bleeding profusely.
Last Friday, Damari Jenkins was accidentally stabbed in his leg while he and his 8-year-old cousin were playing in his grandmother's car at a local grocery store parking lot.
Damari Jenkins had sustained an accidental lacerating wound in his right leg from the sharpest of sharp instruments, a surgeon's scalpel. The scalpel is believed to have been left inside the vehicle after it was stolen earlier this year and was discovered by the 7-year-old and an 8-year-old family member.
Actually, a citizen just walking by, and she saw what was going on. So she called in 911, and she followed all the instructions that I gave her, and she was able to control the bleeding until the police arrived.
Investigators say the scalpel severed an artery, and getting to the hospital fast was essential.
Well, I tell you something that the officers didn't do. They didn't freeze, they didn't panic. They immediately provided first aid to try to control the bleeding and got on the radio and asked the fire board to step it up. We need you right now, this is bad.
Sergeant Aaron Forster was one of the first to arrive on the scene.
I noticed the blood, a tremendous amount of blood in the vehicle. At that time, after I saw the blood, that's when I saw Damari land on the floorboard of the vehicle. That time, I immediately jumped in, applied pressure to his leg where the wound was, and I grabbed for my radio with my other hand and asked for the fire department to step up their response.
Damari's mother, Brittany Jenkins, who did not want to speak on camera, says she's thankful for the emergency professionals who saved her son's life.
I want to thank them, all of them. I mean, if it was not for every last one of them, he probably would not be here today.
Still limping, one by one, Damari shook everyone's hand who helped him see his 8th birthday and even gave a celebration dance.
You moving on that leg.
In Capitol Heights, I'm Latifah Majid, CTV News.
Okay, Damari released from the hospital last Sunday.
You may have heard them this morning rumbling over the National Mall, or this afternoon, dozens of World War II aircrafts flying across the region in honor of VE Day. 70 years ago today, Allied forces declared victory in Europe, effectively ending 5 years of brutal fighting that took the lives of more than 40 million people worldwide. People across the globe commemorate May 8th by honoring the men and women in uniform who bravely fought for freedom and human rights. Events were held today around the area, including the nation's capital, where services included a ceremony at the World War II Memorial and a wreath laying. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Byron Scott. Up